at 2:45 a.m. Must be someone here. I feel like it's been forever since I went live. I feel like it's been 2 fucking months. Hey, Cheese God, what's up? It has been way too long indeed, man. Feels like it's been, what, 2 months? It's been crazy. Hey, team man. Hi, Jafar Lee? Jafar Lee. Hi. I ordered a new jacket. This one, the one I'm wearing. I just unboxed it. It turns out this thing was designed exclusively for the purpose of navigating the Arctic tundra. Look at this. I'm in Alabama, right? Alabama does not get cold enough to justify this fucking jacket. That is what happens when you order your clothes online. Hello, Roblox. Great to have you. I didn't open that. That was a mistake. How's everyone been? Do a backflip. I can't. But my little brother did successfully do a backflip one time. Fuck. Does Aradia like or work with everyone? I don't know if she likes everyone, but she's pretty approachable. Like, the story behind her is that she incarnated solely to help oppressed humans take out their oppressors with magic and poison. Like, I think she's pretty well intentioned. I wouldn't hesitate to contact her. She fucking incarnated to help us. That's her whole story. Oh, hey, Scody's here. You like weed? Not really. That's awesome, John Reimer. Cheese God does have a point. But yeah, Aradia's pretty friendly to people. If she ignores you, that's probably because her assistance isn't right for you. Hey, Travis. Great to see you. Yeah, I should learn video editing, but I haven't and won't. Why do I paint my nails? I mean, I like the way it looks. Simple as that. Goes well with the rings. Hope all has been well, man. Been a while. Yeah, it's been a long time. I haven't gone live in God knows how long. The reason I paint my nails is because I like goth chicks. I'm also very bad at painting my nails. They look worse in person, I think. John thought I was going to say that I haven't gone long and hard in a long time. Have I been back on Witch Talk? Somewhat. I don't really take that app seriously anymore. I just shitpost there. I've been on WordPress a lot, but not Witch Talk so much lately. You heard they're going to take TikTok? I mean, they talk about banning TikTok every 2 months at this point. There's been so many false alarms that I'm fucking numb to it, dude. If they ban it, good. I think it'll be funny. Because a lot of the spiritual workers I hate the most only make content on TikTok. So if TikTok gets taken down, they'll lose everything. And I'll be fine. Part of me wants it to happen. But I will say, the app is fun to use. And I will miss the e-girls. Jafarli says he's been doing offerings to various spirits for years, but never got any tangible contact ever, except for maybe an odd dream or two. Am I doing it wrong? Maybe. I wasn't there for your rituals, so I don't know where you've been fucking up. Most of the time when I talk to people who don't see spirits at all, or as well as they like to, it usually turns out that they aren't engaging in chakra meditation. Regular chakra meditation is kind of what gives you the ability to see and hear spirits in most cases. I used to do video consultations, like private one-on-one video consultations. Anytime somebody asked, like, how can I see spirits better? How can I hear them better? How can I communicate better? Every fucking time they said that shit, I asked, how often do you do your chakra meditations? And the answer was always rarely. And regular chakra meditation doesn't just help you see and hear spirits. It will help you all around. I think one of my first videos on this channel was me interviewing this guy named Luke, former coworker of mine, back when I had day jobs and shit. I taught him chakra meditation, and it basically saved his life. Meditation alone. Because it benefits you in many ways, not just in terms of your relationships with spirits. Roblox has been getting a lot of 444 and 777 synchronicities. So there's a lot of different types of numerology, right? There's Hebrew gematria, English gematria, angel numbers, all that. Um, Something is trying to give you a sign. Something. And they're using some form of numerology for it. Off the top of my head, I know that the author Kenneth Grant said that 777 is the sacred number of the Clivoth. As for 444, I don't know what that could mean. I would recommend looking into different types of numerology and what those numbers mean in different types of numerology. Because I'm guessing something is trying to send you a message. You just had to figure out who versus what. Jason Voorhees versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All I know is I watched the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre illegally when I was 14. Good God, that thing shook me to my core. Jason is boring. Draken says, Happy Krampusnacht. Thanks for reminding me to summon Krampus this year. Holy shit. Travis says, Witch Talk is terrible for drama. That is true. It's really bad about it. And I think that's partially because of the way the app is designed, right? So it's so convenient to just film a video and post it. It's way more convenient than a live stream, a YouTube video. You can film a TikTok in seconds. And that's part of the reason that it's so dramatic, just because it's so convenient to say whatever you want to say. Do I have any plans to release any content on creating or using phylacteries in creative ways? Not really. No, I don't. My phylactery is specifically designed and channeled for my purposes. I don't think it would be... Well, I know for a fact that creating the same type of phylactery that I have would not be right for you. That's a personal thing. Elaborating on that, I don't think I can. Not in any useful way. Cheese God has a great question. He says that he did the pact of Lucifuge that I put on WordPress. But he asked, how does one make a custom pact for an individual spirit? You have to choose which spirit... Well, basically, you have to decide what you want to make a pact for, or which spirit you want to make a pact with. If you know what you want the pact to be for, you have to ask your spirits, like, hey, I want a pact that brings about these results. Which spirit should I call on? Then you approach that spirit and say, hey, I want to make a pact with you for this. What is required of me? Alternatively, you can approach a certain spirit and say, hey, I want to make a pact with you with big life-changing results. What should the pact be for, and what's required on my end to make it happen? Hey, Princess. Dingus asks what he should do if the spirits he works with are giving him bad advice. I guess that depends on the circumstance, but sometimes spirits will lie to you or give you bad advice so that you do what you think they should do, what they think you should do, or learn something. For example, there was this girl I dated a few years back. Her name was Ashley. I was, how do I put it? Bad at relationships. Just making stupid fucking dating choices. Now, I was into this Ashley girl, and she was into me. And I was hesitating to ask her out. One day I was video chatting her, like FaceTime, and I could see a Maimon behind her like, what are you waiting for? Stop hesitating. So I asked her out. She said yes. We dated for a month. Yeah, a month. A Maimon told me to date that hoe so I would finally learn some crucial lessons about dating and not continue repeating the same mistakes. Sometimes bad advice can bring you to the right location. Hey, Robert. Robert Abrahams. That's a cool name. Scody says that 444 means good luck, especially in cards and gambling. That is bullshit, okay? I've played blackjack. There is no 444 card. You made that up. Princess says, still on the subject of chakra work, is it enough to call on spirits to empower and awaken your chakras, rather than do a raw meditation on each individual chakras? Sort of. Targeting each chakra individually is very rewarding, but sometimes it's best to just meditate on all of them at once. How's the Valak work been going? Good. He taught me this method for soul retrieval, and I've been basically assigned to teach it to others. So, how many of my friends have done it? Only one of my friends has used that soul retrieval method. I'm waiting on a few more to try it. I gave the technique to J.S. Garrett, to... Wait, no, it was two of my friends. No, one, just one. I gave that technique to multiple people, and I'm waiting on more of them to try it. For me, it was extraordinarily rewarding. Additionally, I have other rituals with him to do. I finally met his male aspect. The current of the couch goes well. I have not heard of Borgus and Balandox. Balandox is a cool name, though. Good to see you, too, Numinous Drew. Jafarli asked, do you have specific chakra meditation techniques that I would recommend, or should you just Google for random ones? You should just Google for random ones. Okay? Hear me out. I learned chakra meditation from an overall terrible website called The Joy of Satan Ministries. The technique I used to open my third eye worked phenomenally. Then I tried their technique to open the crown chakra, and no matter how many times I tried it, it would not work. Then I stumbled on my little brother watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, the fucking anime. I was what, 16? And I saw this cartoon character opening his chakras. He was using a different hand position and a different mantra than I was. So I tried what he did in the fucking cartoon. That thing opened right up. So if a certain chakra meditation technique isn't working for you, try other random ones. Just keep trying random techniques until one works. Any comment on the Cain Sariel situation? Yo, if I get dragged into that bullshit, I'm also starting a splinter group. Any advice on how to get started with a Necronomicon? I would advise that book be read by intermediate practitioners. Like, if you don't know where you should start, or how do I even... I mean, the Necronomicon has a lot of random spirits and spells. Just try one that seems right for you and do it in your own way. That's what I did. I know that's not a real answer, but that's the best advice I can give. Liber Rudra. I don't remember what that is. Hello there. Okay. This asshole's username is Breeded Virgin. For what? Hello, vagina. Why not live more often, VK? I don't know. I haven't been feeling it. Can I talk about how the soul retrieval technique works? Well, basically, we've all had traumatic experiences of some kind, right? This can cause small parts of your soul to sort of get distant from you, to fragment off, right? Basically, it's almost like certain parts of you don't want to go through whatever you're experiencing. When you engage in soul retrieval, you're taking those parts off. You're taking those fragmented parts back. The technique I released works with Valak and water energy. It works good. It's very quick and effective. For me, it took me a few days to see the full effects of that rite. One of the people who tried it had very, 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 very quick results. They came back like, hey, that was that good shit. They had never tried one of my rituals before. But there are a million other ways to engage in soul retrieval. I released one that works with possession and calls on a demon that I've been working with a lot lately. Where the fuck is my lighter? Oh, hey. Oh, that's a good question. Robert Abrahams. He says he's a beginner on the left-hand path, and he started out right-hand path. Don't we all? When using the pentagram and hexagram, should he use the upwards version or the downwards version? Well, believe it or not, both work great. Here's what's up. The upwards pentagram and the downwards pentagram both go all the way back to Mesopotamia. The idea that the downward pentagram is intrinsically satanic or dark or LHP in some way comes from an occult author named Eliphas Levi. Eliphas Levi came along and said, hey, the upwards pentagram points upwards to God, and the downwards pentagram is intrinsically satanic. The two upper points represent two horns raised in defiance of God. Before Eliphas Levi came along, occultists would just use the upwards and downwards pentagrams interchangeably. I've got like an enchanted upwards pentagram necklace on my altar that I wear for certain types of rituals. As for the hexagram, the hexagram is not an Abrahamic symbol. It's a universal religious symbol. I have not heard of Azervan. I've made one video on Anaxiras. Last I checked, I'm not supposed to teach about them. Broadly. I'm not supposed to be releasing rights to them, videos about them, anything. That is not my place. They have their chosen messenger. And it's not me. Thus far, I have not met the composite deity of Satan and Moloch. Gauch said, with soul retrieval, is there any benefit that doing soul retrieval during a dramatic time, or is it best afterwards? That will vary a lot based off circumstance and person. So what I would advise you do is pull out some tarot cards. Try to pull out one tarot card that represents what would happen, what the results would be if you did it now, and another card that represents what would happen if you did it later. You have to make that decision on an individual basis. Any planned rituals for Yule/Saturnalia? I have ideas, but that's it. Oh, Liber Rudra was the big Lilith Society. Fuck me purple. The Lilith Society was kind of a laughingstock, even among the O9A, which itself is a laughingstock. God damn it. I was in, the Lilith Society was one of the subgroups that I joined. I was there for 2 weeks before I became the second highest ranked member in the Lilith Society. Like, I was 22 years old. I think I still lived with my parents, too, when I was given the rank of Master in the Lilith Society. And that made me the second highest ranked member of that stupid fucking group. I wrote one essay about one demon and sent it to Asha Shadim, the leader of that group that no longer exists. And then he immediately appointed me to the rank of master. And it wasn't that good. I was 22. Vagina says, in your years of practice, which operations would you say are the most potent and also your favorite for spiritual ascension? Ah, shit. That's a tough one. I don't have any go-to rituals that I do routinely. Like when I was new to it, I would do a satanic version of the LBRP regularly. I tried to make it a daily thing. But now I don't really have go-to rituals anymore. Rituals that I regularly do repeatedly. I'm always doing something new to advance in some way. At least when I am working on my ascension. There's really no answer to that. But there's one ritual that I've tried twice and have not succeeded. And it seems to be a game changer. And I want to try it again one day. And there's no instructions for that ritual. Basically, you get possessed by demons, multiple demons. And you sort of, it's a noisy ritual. Do that alone. It has to be an individual thing. Basically, you get possessed by countless demons simultaneously, and you blaspheme Jehovah and his angels to remove their influence, and then you kind of black out. When you're possessed, you'll sing something that sounds a bit like an inhuman drinking song. Then you'll black out, as far as everyone around you knows. And you'll be in hell. In the real world, the physical world, whatever, around 10 or 15 minutes will pass. But for you, it will be 7 days, approximately. Might vary by person. And when you come back, you'll be different. That's the most powerful rite I know of. The only ritual of ascent that I've heard of that was more powerful than that, I've only heard rumors about. Any experience with sex magic? Not really. Usually when I fuck, I just fuck. I don't make it a magical thing. Have I decided whether I hate or love Rick and Morty yet? I've watched a few episodes. It was funny. Then 6637 says Liber Nigri Sol and Phosphoros were the most clarifying of the grimoires I have ever read. Valentin Scaver's writings are the greatest satanic writings. Read his malediction. As far as O9A types go, and I don't like the O9A, I will say that Valentin Scaver, he does stand out. He's very unique. I'll give him that. Yes, I'm still alive, despite the attempts. What are my personal favorite grimoires or books in general pertaining to the dark occurrence? The Black Witch by Petrocelli. That's a good one. Baneful Magic by Coetting was super good. Just about anything by S. Connolly or J. Thorpe is super illuminating. Anything else? The Black Magic of Ahriman by Curtis Joseph. That's good. Did I relive any of my old trauma after doing soul retrieval work? Sort of. I didn't get triggered and have a mental health episode, but I got a very different perspective, a more understanding perspective on various betrayals I've experienced. It felt good for me, but it could be different for everyone. Robert says when it comes to the directions/cardinal points, can it be done reversed compared to the right-hand path? Some Satanists do prefer to do that. So the satanic version of the LBRP that I regularly performed when I was like 16 was written by a guy named Stephen Bleach. He advised casting the circle counterclockwise to the left rather than clockwise. It worked fine for me. Zan Center Prezel, I cannot interpret other people's tarot readings for them. I can only interpret my own. Also, I need water. That's better. Hello there, Thalasica. That is a cool fucking name. The breeded virgin says, you have to get drunk. No. Like, unless you're doing a ritual to Dionysus or some other alcohol-related deity that specifically requires alcohol, you don't have to drink to do any type of ritual. T-Man says that the hell visitation rite I described was intense. Yeah. I stayed the night at this guy named Caleb's house. He was super, super naturally gifted spiritually. This was years ago. He did the ritual I described. I just left him alone to let him do that. And then he was quiet for around 15 minutes. Then he got up and said, "Why are you still here?" I was like, it's been 10 minutes. You didn't ask me to leave. What do you mean? Why am I still here? He was like, it hasn't been 10 minutes. It's been a week. I was like, no, it has not. Look at a fucking calendar. I made him look at a calendar and a clock. So he's like, yeah, you've actually been quiet for 10 minutes. What the fuck happened? And then another guy I knew in person tried it too and had about the same results. They had different experiences in the infernal plane, but I've never heard of Corona Barathri. Interesting. I may or may not be somewhat drunk. Tipsy, I would say. How do I enchant my rings and other magical jewelry? Um, I basically enchant them all in different ways. Like for this ring right here, I sort of channeled a whole ritual. I've got some rings that I just left on my altar and let the spirits do whatever they felt like doing. What magic book am I currently reading? Necromantic Sorcery. Hey, Patchwork. I got asked about Zozo. So Zozo is not a spirit. He is a species of spirits. Basically, he is a parasite. They are parasites. And they vampirize humans. They're actually not a threat to practitioners. They're very intimidated by occultists, especially ones that know how to see them. They can even be enslaved and forced to do an occultist bidding. They're weak. Is Fireball a good offering to most demons? Generally speaking, pouring out like a shot or a bit of beer for the gods is good. I don't know about Fireball specifically. Vagina says, other than the time I fucked a poltergeist, what are some necromantic operations you've done or been a part of, which were your favorite, most memorable, or even shocking? There was this ritual I did with Abaddon. Basically, he opened a portal to wherever most dead people reside. And a multitude of them came out, possessed me, initiated me into their current. And the crazy part was they all spoke in unison, like they had a hive mind. It turned out death itself was speaking through the multitude of ghosts. Yes, Cheese God. The end goal of magic is to channel your own shit. You should eventually get to a point where you aren't... Like, don't stop reading books or anything, but you should eventually learn to channel your own spells that are right for you, that are given directly to you. Channel or create. Bulldogger, I do not do interpersonal mentorship. Patchwork is also drinking. Hell yeah. I have never smoked DMT. What are my favorite entities for spiritual warfare and astral combat / assassination? For astral combat, I go with Quililitu. That question is broader than you think. Robert says, which direction do you face when casting the circle? When I do satanic magic, I face the north. Every time. The idea is, Arizura, the realm of Ahriman, was said to be located in the north. Lilith was also known as Zephoni, which means northern one. The north is a generally satanic direction. That's what I go with. When I work with angels, I always face the east because my guardian angel is attributed to the east. Anyways, that's all for tonight. I have to go. Y'all have a good one.